Here we have another sample question. You can see they're starting to get a little bit bigger, but don't let that bother you. Notice that you have a less than symbol. Remember, that's an equal inequality symbol, not an equal sign. So just pretend it's an equal sign and do your left and right hand side. Once you have this, then we're going to ask yourself, can you simplify? Remember, when you simplify, you're just looking at one side of the equation at a time. Look only at the left side, and you can see, yeah, no parentheses, coefficient, variable, constant, nothing like it. Once you're done with the left, you have to ask those same two questions on the right. Parentheses? No. Any like terms? Coefficient, variable, constant? No. So you're done simplifying. Next step, step 2, labeling. I don't care that this is bigger. Always label variable side here, constant over here. Remember, that was our one rule with inequalities that really changed, because they'll help us graph if the variable is on the left. Next, moving. You know this 2 cannot stay here, so let's subtract 2 on both sides. Need to go to the constant side, so that's why I did the additive inverse. This symbol won't change until you get to the divorcing step, and only if you have a negative coefficient. So just always bring this down as the same for right now. Positive 8, negative 2, you know they're two constants, but different labels, you subtract. We're going to get a positive 6. 8 players win the tug of war. This 6n needs to move, so we're going to subtract 6n on both sides, because we needed to move it to the variable side. Additive inverse. They cancel out, so I'm left with a positive 6. I can write it as just 6, I don't need the plus sign. And then you know 4n and a negative 6n, they're both variables, but one's a positive, one's a negative, so we subtract. Who wins the tug of war? Team negative, 6 players. Now that the variable is on the variable side, constant's on the constant side, we can get rid of the coefficient. But notice, remember I said when you get to step 4 to divorcing, look at the sign, write it out. If it's negative, write out the word negative. If it's positive, write out the word positive. That will help you. Since it's negative, that means we have to switch. Instead of this being a less than, boom, greater than. Now we can divide by the coefficient and the sign. Negative 2 over negative 2 cancels out to the end. Positive 6 divided by negative 2 is negative 3. Then, write it as set builder. N such that, and you copy all this, n is greater than negative 3. Close. Boom. Now you're finally done solving. Graphing. We told you just draw a number line. I'll put negative 3 here, and negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1. Remember, you're going to the positive side here. And then over here, negative 4, negative 5. This is negative land. Now, at negative 3, we're going to put not brackets, but parentheses. Which one of these parentheses? Remember, it's greater than, so I want it to open up to the greater side. So at negative 3, we're going to use this set of parentheses. And then since I want greater, go to the positive. Right? Greater will always show to the positive if the variable is on the correct side. Next, this is graphing. We need interval notation. Remember, small number to large number. Or if you have to think about it, left to right. So where does our graph start on the left? Negative 3, the red mark. Where does our graph end up on the right? At this arrowhead, which is known as positive infinity. Because negative 3 has parentheses, just bring it down. Because this is infinity, always use parentheses for infinity. So there's the solving, graphing, and interval notation.